possibly my favorite Louis Vuitton print, Damier Azur. Hi and very welcome! My name is Mary, this is my channel Lumi Level Up and I'm a luxury lover on an average income trying to be more mindful with my money. Since the temperatures are finally getting warmer and spring is coming, I thought it could be a good time to share my entire Louis Vuitton Damier Azur collection with you. I have a total of 7 pieces, of which 3 are handbags, 3 are Mini Pochettes and 1 is an SLG. Many people prefer to wear the Louis Vuitton Damier Azur for spring and summer because of the light colors. I'm one of them, but it is not limited to spring and summer only for me. If it suits my outfit best, I'll go for it. But automatically I grab more of the whites and beiges and baby blues and blush pinks in spring and summer. And that's usually the colors I do pair that pattern with. Probably you know that Damier Azur is French for checkerboard and a shade of blue, which, I don't know. For me it is more of a cream off-white combined with checks in very dark grey. So the name is kind of confusing in my opinion, but of course that doesn't have any impact at all on how much I love this pattern. We will go least loved item to favorite, but don't worry, I love all of my Damier Azur pieces. Just some even a little bit more than others. Interestingly, I think I even prefer the Damier Azur over the Louis Vuitton monogram. Yet still I have way more monogram pieces in my collection. Never counted them, but I can easily think of 14 pieces and probably I forgot something, so it's probably even more. A video about my entire Louis Vuitton monogram collection will come for sure. It's just I'm a little bit worried about the effort and how long that video might turn out. But if you want to see it, make sure to let me know in the comments so I can finally do that video and get myself to do it. But back to why I have way more monogram than I do have Azur, even though I prefer the look of the Azur. It's just not all pieces are even available in Damier Azur to begin with. And in general, there are way more Louis Vuitton monogram pieces out there. And therefore, it's way more likely and possible to find a monogram bargain when hunting pre-loved than an Azur one. And even though I do buy brand new from the store every now and then, I way more often purchase something impulsively pre-loved because it is a good deal. And then there are way higher chances to end up with a monogram piece. But let's start with my Louis Vuitton Damier Azur collection. Least liked, we start with something small, something teeny tiny, the Pochette cles key pouch. It's not that I don't love it. I really like it for cash, for bits and pieces, as a little bag charm. It just so happens that I have quite some of these Louis Vuitton key pouches in different prints and different materials. And therefore this one is just one within some and not the most special piece to me. I bought it in January of 2021 for 185 euro. So the price exactly before the latest crazy price increase. And this one was the latest addition to my key clay collection that I got directly from Louis Vuitton. Not because it took me that long to decide that I want to add it, but just because it was so hard to get. I think we all know the key pouches are hard to get in general, but the Damier Azur one turned out to be the hardest to get for me. It took the longest until this one was finally available. And the classic canvas clays are just a thing that do cost more pre-loved. So I would never purchase them pre-loved because you end up paying more for an already pre-owned item. That's nothing I want to do, so I waited patiently until I finally scored it. So that's that. We go on with a piece that I already spoiled. It's my classic Speedy in the Damier Azur. I don't know why this little tag is standing up, how that happened. I think I'm going to press it down and store it against something so that it lays down flat again. I just realized when I grabbed this bag to film this video. Other than this little tag that I just noticed, I think my Speedy is in very good condition. It has a light patina that is very even. Well, okay, now that I look at it up front, there are some slight watermarks, but overall it really is great condition for a bag with vachetta leather. And that is since I don't use it a lot. I do have another big bag in Damier Azur that I use way more frequently because I'm not the biggest fan of vachetta leather handles. I am worried that the oils in my hand might get them very nasty if I would use it a lot. And when I bought this one, I already knew that, and I knew that therefore probably I won't be using it a ton. But crazy me wanted to have the trifecta of Louis Vuitton Speedies, so Monogram, Ebene and Azur. And I managed to find this one at a very good pre-loved price for around 500 euro years ago. What the Speedies did cost when I started getting into them. But probably I don't have to tell you that it's quite impossible to find a good condition one nowadays around that price point. So even though I don't use this bag that much and it ranked second to last in my Damier Azur collection, I'm still very glad that I already added it to my collection back when the prices were still somewhat more reasonable on Louis Vuitton pieces. Since, to me, the shape of the Speedy will forever have a special place in my heart. Some might call it basic, but to me it's just a classic. Forever. Oh, and if you belong to these "that's so basic" people, I'm not sure if this will be the right video for you, since all of the items I'm going to show you are basic classics. Because that's what I love. Next up we have a triplet of Damier Azur Mini Pochettes. The regular one and the transatlantic one, which has the crossbody chain from my Pochette Felicie attached right now because I was using this cutie today as my bag of the day. Since I already filmed a separate video about my Mini Pochette collection, I know I have a little collecting problem. I'm not going too much into detail on these three pieces. If you want to find out more about them, I will link the collection video in the description box and at the end of this video, so you can check it out. To sum it up, I love Damier Azur, I love Mini Pochettes, and I would keep adding and adding more and more if they still would be reasonably priced. Which unfortunately I don't think they are anymore. Neither brand new from Louis Vuitton nor pre-loved. If I would find another one at a price I'm willing to pay, which is probably a max of 400 euro for a limited edition canvas one and around 500 euro for a leather one, you better believe I still would get another one. But since the hype is so strong, I'm not very optimistic about it. Okay, well, how do I explain that? I just stopped filming for a second because I wanted to check what's out there on the pre-loved market, Mini Pochette wise, and I spotted an amazingly beautiful one within my price range, and just for fun I started to negotiate with the seller and he ended up accepting, and now I ended up with yet another Mini Pochette for 340 euro. It is a limited edition one, it is incredibly beautiful, the print is in excellent condition, and if nothing goes wrong and the seller doesn't cancel my purchase, then probably you will see yet another Mini Pochette unboxing on my channel quite soon. Not in Damier Azur though. So back to the topic of this video. We already made it to my favorite piece, second place in Damier Azur, which is the Eva Pochette. It's hard to even find the right words to describe how much I love this bag. Even though it looks like it is on the smaller side, it is super roomy and it fits so much. It comes with this attached golden chain that you can only detach on one side, and then you could hook it on a D-ring in one of your bags. I sometimes do it inside of a bigger bag, but I think it works better with Mini Pochettes than with the Eva Pochette, so it's not super necessary for me. This golden chain makes it perfect for the shoulder bag, baguette bag trend that is going on at the moment. But this amazingly beautiful and cute bag comes with a detachable vachetta leather long crossbody strap as well, which I lately haven't worn too much because if you wear it without that vachetta leather strap, It is so super carefree. It still has some parts of leather, but they are so small that I do not really worry about them at all. And therefore this bag is just absolutely carefree for me. But just owning this strap is super great as well, because I can pair it with my Mini Pochettes, I can pair it with my monogram pochette accessoire. It's just a perfect little crossbody shoulder strap. Unfortunately, the Eva Pochette has been continued years ago, and the ones on the pre-loved market that come at a good price point most of the times come without the crossbody strap. And even though this bag works perfectly fine without a longer shoulder strap as well, I really like to have my pieces complete without any missing parts. And the complete ones in good condition or even very good condition most of the times are very close to the 1K mark, if not even above. And even though, thinking about this bag, I think it is worth the 1K. But since it was so much less brand new years ago, it just would hurt me to pay that price now, pre-loved. I don't remember it exactly, but I think it has been around 600 euro, around 2010. Mine is from 2010. I used it a ton. I love to take it traveling, especially for summer vacation. You can dress it very casually, but I have already worn this with an evening gown to a wedding before as well. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. It's huge love. Of course, since I used mine that much, it does show some signs of wear. The hardware has some scratches, the leather has patina, some parts are really dark, especially that leather tag. But I'm absolutely fine with it, and probably that's just how a very well-used, much-loved bag looks like. And all these signs of use just make it more carefree for me to use, and I can even enjoy it more, and I have so many great memories connected with this bag. And we already made it to my personal favorite Damier Azur piece of all times. Well, I don't know if it is of all times, because maybe one day I will add another bag that will make me even fall more in love, but I can't even imagine, because it is the perfect bag for me. To touch the basic topic one more time, probably it is the most basic Louis Vuitton bag, according to some snobby people. The Neverfull MM in Damier Azur. It is one of my favorite bags in my entire collection. It is the second Louis Vuitton bag that I ever bought from Louis Vuitton for 520 euro back in 2011, brand new from the boutique. It hurts a little bit to say that, because I should have bought 5 of them back then for that price point. Because of its age, of course, it is the old model with that kind of interior, which I honestly prefer a lot over the new lining. I think it looks more playful. Not sure if the camera picks it up. Mine is a little bit dirty and yeah, has some stains inside, because I did not baby that bag and I really used it day in, day out. Unfortunately, being the old model, of course, it did not already come with the additional pochette that we get nowadays. I guess that's the price you have to pay to have paid the old price. I remember when Louis Vuitton introduced the new model with the new interior and the pochette. The price jumped from around 550 to 850, and it was a little scandal back then. People were like, how can they increase the price so much just because of a new lining and a pochette? But looking back now, at least they gave us an additional piece. Now they are upping the prices in these ranges, and all they offer us in return is even worse quality. I had this bag for 11 years now, even longer than I know my husband. I regularly use it, especially during the spring and summer months, but it held up very well. I don't have any problems at all with color transfer on none of my Damier Azur pieces, and I'm just so happy that I have this one in my collection. Maybe if you're interested, we could take a closer look at the wear and tear of an 11-year-old bag. I don't know if it's anyhow interesting anymore, because there are a ton of videos on the Neverfull on YouTube. But I don't know if there are that many on such an old bag and such a long love story and very frequent use. So if you think it would still be interesting, yet again, let me know in the comments, because then I'm happy to film this little 11-year review for you. And that's already my Damier Azur Louis Vuitton collection. I think for a huge Louis Vuitton lover, 7 pieces are not even that much. There are quite some more I would love to add. Possibly a pochette Felicie or a pochette accessoire. Maybe a neo noir with pink or baby blue leather. Possibly a wallet. But especially bag-wise, I have the large Neverfull for everyday use. If I have a smaller bag, I do have the Eva Pochette. I have the Speedy as something in between. The key clay can work as a micro wallet for cards and cash, and the Mini Pochettes can work as catch-alls inside of a bag or as micro bags on their own. So yeah, if I'm honest to myself, I think there is no need for adding yet another Damier Azur piece. But never say never. I love Damier Azur, and I totally can see myself getting another piece one day. What do you think about Damier Azur? Let me put this away real quick. Do you own any pieces, and are they limited to spring and summer for you? Or do you wear them all year around as well? Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time, and bye! Already hair everywhere. You can dress. I regularly why can I say that? So, would you like to see my entire Louis Vuitton Mini Pochette collection next? Or would you even like to see my entire collection playlist where I share different collections with you?